Now that you know how to solve linear equations, the basic idea, we're going to see what to do when you have variables on both sides of the equation. Okay, so this is the example. You have a linear equation, obviously with only one variable, and the objective is to set our expression to find p, to find the answer to p. So now the problem is for you to try to find out the way to reach this equation into the form in which you have a single equation on one side equals a number. Okay, so that's the idea of this process. And we're going to continue applying properties of equalities. What I'm going to do in this case is to group terms. Okay, that's the key idea. Group terms. And what means group terms? You need to set all the terms that have variable on one side, all the terms that are independent on the other side. So we're going to see it in this way. So I'm going to add by 2p both sides of the equation. Okay, add by 2p both sides of the equation in a way that you can have both in a way that you can simplify this 2p from the right side. So I'm just going to write 3p, so plus 2p, I'm adding both sides, plus 15 equals negative 2p plus 2p minus 12. Okay, so now if I add both sides of the equation, I'm gonna have 5p plus 15 equal to negative 2p plus 2p, 0, minus 12. Okay, now I'm going to, now I have, look at that, I have my equation just as the last video that you saw about solving equations. So now we can follow the strategy we did in the last video. That is first starting with the independent term and then with the coefficient. So I'm going to subtract by 15 to see, or to have my 15, or to simplify my expression on the left side. So I'm going to subtract by 15. Okay, so I'm gonna get 5p plus 15 minus 15 equal minus 12 minus 15. Okay, so I'm gonna get now 5p equals negative 12 minus 15 is going to be negative 27. And finally, as you saw in the last video, I just need to divide by 5. So divide by 5. So 5p divided by 5 equals negative 27 over 5. Okay, and now in this case p will be equal to negative 27 over 5. And that's it. And this is how you solve this equation. This is how you apply them. Look at that, what we're doing is grouping terms in a way that you can see them in the each side. So you can have the terms of the numbers on one side and the terms of the variables in another side. You can do it now that you have practice. Maybe you understand that you're applying properties of equalities. Now maybe in a quick solution you can do mentally the process and add the terms or subtract the terms you need immediately. For example, let's say that you have this equation. Let's say that the equation is negative 3r plus 2 equals 5r minus 9. So we can do quickly. Notice that 5r should be subtracted here to rid of this 5r. So I can just write negative 3r minus 5r. And here this 2 is positive, so I can think very quickly and say, okay, I need to subtract by 2, so it will be negative 9 minus 2. But you can only do this if you're now you have practice, okay? If you have practice, you can do it. So negative 3r minus 5r will be negative 8r. Negative 9 minus 2, it will be negative 11. And now I'm going to divide by 8 both sides of the expression to have negative 11/8. This is something you can do if you want to work quickly on solving equations. Okay? And this is how you can work on solving equations. Just for you to practice negative 3/5 of y plus 2 equals negative 2/5 of y plus 20. Okay? And tell me in the comments the answer of this equation. And this is how you can work on solving equations when you have both sides, on both sides the variables. Remember, group terms, and after you group terms, you can solve the equation easily. See you in the next video. I hope that you like this video, that you enjoy solving equations. After you got this skill to solve equations, it's going to be pretty good for you. Okay? See you in the next video. Bye bye.